Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Teshorto. Today, I'm going to be talking about Separatists and what I think could kind of predict would happen with the Separatists. These are going to be the non-droids, because we obviously know Grievous is getting a rework this month. P2's already gotten his. Magna Guard's going to get his rework. I still hope there's some sort of like Guard Jedi Apprentice unique aspect from Bastila or original trilogy Chewbacca linkage to him protecting Grievous, because a lot of the times he'd use the Magna Guards to sneak out of nowhere, or like he'd be fighting, he'd be being pushed back, and then he's like Magna Guards attack, and that's what he did. So, got to be one. So let's talk about Ventress really quick. I don't see much changing to her. The only thing I maybe see changing is Strike Fear, adding the fact of she heals Separatists as well. Huh. Or maybe Separatists, non-droid Separatists, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they do that. We'd have to see what they do with whenever they bring out the rest of the Separatists, because I'm sure they're going to have the rest of the Separatists taken care of in another month. At least we're getting the droids taken care of this month. Next, I want to talk about Dooku. He's such an iconic character. I don't see any other version of Dooku, really, unless someone wants the pajamas version that Battlefront 2 is getting. Battlefront 2 did get a Sith Sith ritual style variation of Dooku, so maybe they could get that version and into Galaxy of Heroes and get call him Darth Tyrannus. Maybe that'd be kind of unique. So we got Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus. They're the same person, same human being. But with this character, I definitely see this one being reworked. I wouldn't be surprised they refund the three omegas you have and turn it into either a 5 omega ability or turn it into a zeta. I wouldn't mind that, giving some sort of, keep the name Master Tactician. He's really good. He's really good with tactician, at least strategy wise. But yes, I can easily see that. Or and or maybe change this to Flawless Repose and then change his unique to Makashi Master or something like that. But other than that, the only other thing I could see also being added to Count Dooku is having a third ability. Just because Count Dooku, I feel like it should stay along with those types of characters of being unique and having, basic special leader unique. Have a 5 ability character. He deserved to be a 5 ability character, in my opinion. I feel like the 4 ability character would be the Darth Tyrannus version, and that's the Sith ritual version of Darth or Count Dooku. So that's just my thoughts. I don't see much going on. I don't even see evasion sticking around, this evasion thing. Or they might add that and then had some big, huge bonus to Separatists and then get, like I said, change the Omega to 5 or get rid of it and turn it into a Zeta. I'd be game with that. And I think his unique is great as is. He recovers 10% protection. The only other thing I could see him do is recover 10% off health as well. He gains critical hit immunity. He's really good under a Traya-led team just because of the countering. He's hitting. He has those chances to stun, and also he's great. He just needs a little bit more of a boost to make him meta-defining. He is used in territory wars and territory battles for defensive purposes under a triumvirate team. So, again, hopefully we get something new with him. I see at least his leader and maybe his unique being updated and maybe a new ability. Sunfac. We're going to be going through the list of Geonosians, which I'm fine with because we lined it up. Sunfac, if you actually pay attention, this is the character that you have to kill in Republic Commando. The very first, while you're on Geonosis, you have to go, take down Sunfac's escaping, what is this, Geonosian Starfighter? Man, I'm going blank. And, yeah, so easily, he's a great, his kit is great. It just needs buffed and bumped up. Maybe his basic not being evaded. because those types of weapons are sonic blasts, so they're huge damage range. Subjugate, he taunts. I feel like he could gain a little bit more with his taunt. His special, Sunfax recovers 25% max health. And I will admit, I did talk about him in a previous video a good while back, talking about the fact he deserves a leadership. I know it sounds weird, but Sunfac is a lieutenant to Poggle the Lesser. If you pay attention, especially the current, I think, updated canon version, it says he's the lieutenant. And I can easily see Sunfac being a leader to none other than just Geonosians. Geonosians all around. Leave Poggle the Lesser for Separatists and Droids, and leave Sunfac Geonosian leadership. Just give him a Geonosian leadership, and you're set. As well as, of course, I easily assume they'll give him his unique Zeta superiority. So, I will admit, once I started looking at this character, I started farming him. I had fun using this character. He's very tanky, and he was one of the top metas in the back in the day, from what I understand. And yeah, he's a really good character. He's just fallen by the wayside. He's just not strong enough anymore. He's a countering tank, which is awesome. Having tanks counter, even though they may be slow, but at least they have a chance to counter. That's awesome. That makes him better. But again, these are my thoughts on Sunfac. Maybe taunt for 3 turns. Flux, offense down on target enemy with 55% chance to remove 40% turn meter. Just remove the 40% turn meter. Give her that 55% chance. It's crap. Or up it to like 85, 90% chance. But yeah, Sunfac recovers max health if target is suffering. Oh, back to this though. Unless it's resisted by a raid boss, removing at least 20% turn meter from raid bosses that can't be resisted. Unless it's resisted by the raid boss. That'd be kind of cool to see as well. Add a little more raid boss aspects to the game, like Thrawn and Revan and so on. Next is none other than Poggle. Easily, again, I can see his leadership being way adjusted. I wouldn't even be surprised. He's one of the few droid leaders. I'm not going to talk about Jedi Training Rey because she doesn't really lead droids. She leads Resistance. It's just 3 of the Resistance characters that are droids are droids. So, but anyways, so we got HK-47, Lobot, Poggle. We even have Jawa, Chief Nibbit. They are droid leaders. Yet they are like so in desperate need of rework. Except I don't see Chief Nibbit being reworked until Jawas. Would be kind of cool to see as a summer project. Rework Tuskens and Jawas all in 1 month. There you go. Give us 2 more Tuskens, and you have 2 factions that are reworked. Yeah. I know, going off though. But going back to Geonosians, I can easily see Poggle being a droid. Well, yeah, he's a droid Geonosian leadership. I could see him being more droid separatist than Geonosian. Again, I like to see the idea of Sunfac getting the Geonosian leadership. But yes, Poggle could still have the Geonosian leadership. And that's fine too. I'm game with that either way. I'm game if they keep it this way. But still, I feel like this leadership does deserve to be Zeted. Just because I know it'd be annoying to go farming for it, but I know it deserves to be Zeted. Give it something unique as a leadership. HK, again, HK, Lobot, Chief Nibbit, and Poggle are 4 droid leaders that have something to do with droid in their leadership. Grievous, I'm sure, will get some crazy droid synergies in his leadership as well, when that time comes. But that's 2 weeks from now, or a week and a half from now. So, but yeah, easily that. Offense up. I'm sure they'll rework Poggle to be insane. I'm sure they may actually just have a separatist month where they rework Geonosians. Give us a 5th Geonosian. I don't see us having more than 5 Geonosians. Just, to me, Geonosians, Jawas, and Tuskens, I think, are the small factions. They deserve to be the small factions. There's not many named characters in them. Maybe Jawas, you can go to SWGOH, get Blizz or Biz, what the bounty hunter's companion. But other than that, not much more. Geonosian Spy is a unique character. He is essentially the dark side. In my opinion, he's the dark side variant of Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. Deal physical damage. If they have positive status effects, dispel all status effects on Geonosian Spy and the target, and deal 40% more damage for each effect dispelled. Otherwise, inflict evasion down for 2 turns. This attack can't be evaded. That is huge. He just doesn't get utilized very well. He just doesn't. There's no dark side buffing team. It's all light side. So he has no real synergies. Yeah, you can kind of swap him and Fulcrum out here and there. The nice thing is, Spy, you don't need no Zetas to work with, which is really nice. So I'm sure they'll give him a light buff here and there. Not too much. Maybe his basic will have a chance to give him stealth, but whenever he scores a critical hit, so who knows? Who knows what they'll do, but I don't see much change with Spy, other than maybe just a light little buff here and there. And that's the same with Geonosian Soldier. He's just the IG-86 of Geonosians. You know, they kind of have such a similar leadership. Or not leadership, unique. You know, they call and assist. If the assisting a character is Geonosian, they provide damage to both attackers. I'm sure they'll reword that properly, so not much more. And then, of course, finally, last but not least, is Nute Gunray. I have no idea what they'll do with this one. I don't see... I never even thought Nute Gunray would even be worthwhile throwing in the game, because you never see him use a blaster. He's just meh. But now they have him. They had to give him something. So they gave him a pistol. Probably some crazy Geonosian pistol. They gave him a grenade toss. So he has some thermal stuff. His leader's based on stealth. So I'm sure maybe just keep Nute Gunray. Work with Separatists. But also work with stealth. Or just all characters in general. And then just work with all the stealth characters and give payout bonuses of some sort. Because if you watch Clone Wars, when he's captured and Ahsoka and Luminara try to protect him from being rescued from Ventress, he tries to bribe. So there could be some bribing mechanic to that. But again, I feel like the master briber, some people would be like Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, I could say that, but I still don't see Jabba the Hutt coming to the game. The master briber I would like to see come to the game would be none other than Tiber Zahn from the Zahn Consortium. But going back to it though, Nute Gunray could have some like leadership bonus to do some sort of bribing, and then he has his little shrewd tactics that could be Zeta'd. So, but that's not much. It's just, that's what the Separatists we have. I feel like the ones that are going to be used the most, aside from Ventress being in Night Sister teams, is going to be the droids. When we get Droidica, we'll just have Grievous, the droids, and that'll be it. I'm surprised they didn't kind of squeeze in reworking some of the other characters, but I'm sure they'll save the rest of them for a future update. I know that Ventress has used a cloak before, so they could add a version of that. But who knows? We'll have to see what happens in the future. Other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with some of these ideas? Do you disagree? What are your ideas? What are your ideas to improving some of these characters? What would you like to see added to the characters that I mentioned that have yet to be announced that they're going to get a rework? Unless we get them next month. And then the following couple of months we start getting Galactic Republic stuff. Who knows? But again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I do appreciate it, and you guys have a wonderful day.